up, everybody? Garrett back here, and I want to talk about forgotten physical media here. I got some horror movies, 10 horror movies that are stuck on either VHS or DVD. Now, these are all recommendations that I think you guys should track down, but if you've been following these videos, I kind of explained to you like how to find DVDs that probably either haven't got upgrades or are out of print or are staying valuable or were once valuable. And I have a couple in here as well that I think you guys want to check out. Maybe try to hunt these down. You never know. They could be at the thrift store, but hopefully a studio sees this and we get some of these on a new format. But let me start really quick. This one I have talked about on other shows. I tried to choose some different things today. I've got a whole nother stack here to do another part of this, but this is the 10 I chose right now. And the first one is going to be Pinocchio's Revenge. Now, we just got Rumpelstiltskin this year. Pinocchio's Revenge kind of fits right in that alley. This was a Lionsgate title, which makes me think like we should be able to get this unless they're just kind of holding on to it. But I'm sure somebody has tried to get Pinocchio's Revenge. A very, very cool movie. Feels very 90s. It reminds me around the time when Rumpelstiltskin came out that I was renting Pinocchio's Revenge. And I used to watch these as a double feature when I had the DVDs back in the day. But man, this is still a cool-ass movie, and like I said, I have mentioned this, I think, in an overlooked movies video, but I wanted to just showcase it one more time because I'm hoping that someone guesses. To me, this feels very Vinegar Syndrome. This feels very TerraVision. I would love to see them get their hands on Pinocchio's Revenge. All right, the next one I have in this double feature, and to be honest, I think this might be the only way this has a DVD release. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but this is a red carpet double feature for a movie called Fear with Ali Sheedy. Now, there's a lot of movies called Fear out there, but the Ali Sheedy one is the one I'm talking about. That is from 1990, and it's kind of a psychological thriller. She plays this woman who's helping the police because she's got these abilities to find this serial killer here. But it's a cool movie. You can stream it. I have seen it on streaming. But this is one that just is sitting on VHS. And I think this is the only DVD it has is this double pack. But this would be a cool one. I do think I could see someone like a Vinegar Syndrome or maybe a Kino Lorber putting out this Fear with Ali Sheedy from 1990. I'm actually surprised. I don't know why this doesn't have a release, but it's definitely worth tracking down because it's a very cool flick. This one is from 1996 and it stars Melinda Clarke. We all know from Return of the Living Dead 3, where she looked fantastic as that zombie, but she looks fantastic this as another similar type of thing. She's infected with this flesh-craving monster, and this is Killer Tongue. Now, I actually brought this to the table because I saw Mel from My Killer Podcast post the VHS on her Instagram, but Killer Tongue is one that I'm surprised no one has taken over. And the thing is, it comes from the label Artistry. Now, I don't know where that is now, but that's one of those labels that I've talked about before that these movies just kind of gotten lost. I don't know who took that over. Maybe you guys know. But again, mid-90s movie. She looks fantastic. This is Killer Tongue. It is wacky and wild. She's literally talking to her tongue. The tongue has a mind of its own, and it's doing some pretty gnarly things in there. So again, definitely one to check out. I'm surprised no one's put this out. Now, if I have to think who would have done it, I think maybe Vinegar Syndrome, TerraVision, something like that would have gave us an edition of Killer Tongue. But as of right now, it is not available outside of VHS and DVD. All right, now the next one I had mentioned a long time ago on a video talking about just overlooked movies in general that you should watch around Halloween. But I'm going to bring it up again because it really does deserve a nice treatment. Synapse did the DVD. Man, what they could do with this on 4K, this already looks stunning as it is, but this is Lamora. And this is a real cool-ass movie. It's basically like a fairy tale come to life. It's a live-action fairy tale. It's very, very cool. The colors are very cool. It's spooky. It's creepy. And I absolutely love this one. How great would this look in 4K? This would pop. But I think there is some issues with this one. Talking to Don May from Synapse, I think there's a reason that this has not come out in a better format. But man, I would love to see it. I would love it. I don't know what the problem is, but Lamora, Child's Tale of the Supernatural is definitely one you guys should check out. And I would love to see this thing on 4K. All right, the next one I'm going to talk about is from 1987, and this had a couple different names. This came out on VHS from Anchor Bay, and it was called The Graveyard Shift. There's actually a sequel, too. I don't have that. But it came out from Shriek Show, and it is Central Park Drifter. Really cool movie. Feels like a made-for-TV horror movie. It's about this guy. He's a vampire, and he's also a New York City taxi driver. So if you kind of know how that works, that's how he gets his prey. He picks them up and then uses them to kind of drink their blood. So very cool movie. I would love to see someone like Vinegar Syndrome get their hands on this one. All right, the next one is one from the 90s. It is called The Clown at Midnight. This did have a double pack DVD that I do have, but this is the VHS tape that I rented way back in the day. I think I even bought it after I rented it. It's pretty cool. Came out around a little bit around the Scream era, as you can see by the cover here. But it's about these people that are kind of in this play or in this theater situation, and there's a killer clown. So A Clown at Midnight's actually a pretty cool flick from the 90s, which no other company has really targeted that kind of Scream era movies. There's a whole bunch of them from all these different labels that came out around that time. So hopefully someone takes a chance on A Clown at Midnight. All right, now this next one is one called The Surgeon. This actually is part of that same label that the Killer Tongue was on. So that's why this one is kind of in the same vein. We had Dr. Giggles, but what about The Surgeon? 90s slasher flick. It says right here, first Jason, then Freddy, finally a professional. Now, if that isn't a slogan that's going to get you to want to check out The Surgeon, I don't know what is. Again, it's that 90s fun, kind of in the same vein as what we got around 90s slashers. So I definitely recommend checking this out. Again, it's been lost because it was an early 90s slasher. Again, slashers didn't become popular until 1996. So that's one of the ones that kind of fell to the wayside that I think needs a little more love. This next one is called A Demon in My View. This is stuck on VHS, I think. For some reason, I remember something with Anthony Perkins in it that I had on DVD, but I guess it's not this one. This is a cool movie where Anthony Perkins does come off really creepy. I mean, it's about a strangler who's a serial killer just kind of killing women in the city. Now, very cool. It's like a thriller, horror type mix, but it's always awesome seeing Anthony Perkins in a role like this. But this was Terror Lives Next Door. And again, no one's touched this. I would love to see someone like Arrow Video get their hands on this, or a Kino Lorber, and put this out again, because it's stuck, as far as I know, on VHS only. Now, the next one I've talked about on my channel before, again, this had a DVD on a double pack, but that's it, and that is The Watchers, and this is starring Corey Haim. Very cool kind of horror sci-fi flick here. Involves Corey Haim, a dog, and an alien. Very, very cool flick, guys. If you don't know The Watchers, I highly recommend checking this out. I'm sure it's streaming everywhere, but Corey Haim definitely needs more love on physical media. And the last one is one that has not even seen a DVD, and that is The Stepfather 3. Now, people are like, oh, Stepfather 3, the third one. This is a cool one, guys. Actually, all the Stepfathers, I think, are pretty cool. This one is definitely overlooked, stuck on VHS. I would love to see someone put it out, because it's the only one that doesn't have, I believe, an edition, right? Like, Stepfather 2 has a Blu-ray, right? Am I missing something? Does it? Maybe I'm wrong. Does Stepfather 2 not have a Blu-ray? It might not, actually. But the Stepfather 3 doesn't even have a DVD. But this is a cool movie. Basically, it's about the same character, but he's had plastic surgery, he's onto a new family, so it feels very 90s. But I actually love all the Stepfather movies, and this is one I would love to see a box set. I would love to see a box set of the Stepfather movies. That is something I would love. Screen Factory, if you're still putting stuff out, like, let's give us a box set of Stepfathers in 4K. I'm dying for that. If not, Vinegar Syndrome, pick up the pieces and give it to us. So, guys, that was another 10 kind of lesser known movies because they're stuck on VHS and DVD. They are definitely forgotten films in the horror genre. And like I said, you can track these down, the DVDs, check your local thrift store for them, but try these out on things like Tubi. A lot of these are on there. Streaming and stuff like that. Give them a whirl if you like them. Hit eBay up and get them before the prices go up. Because I have a feeling DVDs are going to be on the rise. I can already see it when I'm searching for stuff, especially these ones that are kind of lost on physical media. So, guys, I hope you like this one. Definitely hit that like button, hit that hype button. That's going to let me know that this content is the type of content you want to continue to see on the channel. Guys, thank you for checking this out and supporting as always. This is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay